despite the coronavirus pandemic, this was the scene on the streets of the Belarusian capital on Sunday. Around 1,000 people taking part in the largest opposition protest so far this year. Now, Belarus, the government and the parliament there, they have not eased, and they will still be holding their presidential elections on August the 9th. And many people were making their voices heard as they registered for candidates. But one particular visual image has got a lot of people talking. That is the fact that some people were holding up slippers as part of their demonstrations. The reason for this, or one of the key voices behind opposition activism, a YouTube blogger turned politician, he has encouraged people to use their slippers to stamp out the cockroach. In other words, call for change against the current regime in the country. Now, the cockroach that they are referring to is the incumbent president of Belarus. That is Alexander Lukashenko, who has been in control since 1994. Opponents are accusing him of having an authoritarian and suppressive regime for more than a quarter of a century, and he is due to be seeking a sixth term in office at those elections. Now, something else you might have noticed is that despite these protests and despite the fact that Belarus has not enforced social distancing, many people at these demonstrations were still wearing face masks. This is another move in defiance against the president, because Lukashenko has previously said that any people who believe that there is a coronavirus pandemic, well, there is a psychosis going on within that society. And many journalists have noted that it was a surprise to see so many people register their voices and their faces for opposition candidates. And indeed, one political analyst told me that we're likely to see more opposition as the election draws nearer.
I would say, like, the very fact that people showed up even in the public space, even in the time of the pandemic, sort of risking their health, this shows that people have strong motivation for political life and probably some aspiration for changes and supporting the opposition candidates.
So, Isabel, many people making their voices heard on both sides of the political debate, but it remains to be seen if the slippers revolution will hit Belarus in 2020.